Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about high-end foundations. I know I talk about affordable makeup, affordable skincare on my channel a lot and that's what you guys like. Lekin maine socha ki I'm going to switch it up a little and talk about high-end products as well because a lot of you sometimes want to splurge on a product and maybe you want to know my views. So I want to reach out to those people as well because I know कि कुछ लोगों को affordable चीजें पसंद हैं but some people just like to buy high-end. I like to buy both because मुझे high-end products भी बहुत पसंद हैं. मुझे Sephora, I feel like Sephora is my second home. जितना मैं अपने घर पे होती हूँ ना, अगर मैं मॉल में होती हूँ, I'm at Sephora. I've tried way too many foundations. I'm always trying a new foundation. I'm always trying new products. Also, I buy a lot from Sephora, so I always get those samples. So that way, I've tried way too many foundations, more foundations than I've actually owned because वो samples के through मैं बहुत सारे foundations try कर लेती हूँ. After trying those samples, I get to know which ones I really love, and then I buy a full size. So whatever foundations that you have in Dubai, Sephora, I've pretty much tried them all. These are the 5 that I feel कि out of all the foundations are literally the best. I mean best in my opinion. Obviously everybody's skin is different. Maybe a foundation that suits me or the one that I really like, you might not. But if my previous recommendations have worked out for you, then these 5 will definitely work out for you as well. A lot of these foundations are actually available in Pakistan as well through online pages and through different stores as well. बहुत सारे stores जो हैं ये foundations carry करते हैं. I'm not adding any tinted moisturizers or CC creams in this because I really like a few of those as well. So I thought I'll make a separate video on that. I won't add 4 or 5 in that. I'll just add my top 3. I know इतना point नहीं बनता इतना सारा makeup जमा करने का, but like I really like makeup. I love reviewing makeup. I love talking about makeup, which is why I have this channel. So इस शौक का at least कोई फायदा तो हो रहा है कि at least I can review it for you guys. So without making the intro super long, let's start with the video. Okay, the first foundation is the very famous Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I feel like अगर आपको थोड़ा सा भी मेकअप के बारे में पता है, you probably know about this foundation. This is an absolutely beautiful foundation. This is a foundation that I would wear to any important event in my life. Maybe somebody's wedding that I'm close to or even my own wedding. I don't remember what I wore on my wedding because makeup artist ने मेरा makeup किया था, but if I had to choose a foundation, I would definitely choose this. This has a beautiful velvet satin finish. It's not too dewy or too matte. It's almost like your skin. This is your skin but very smooth, very flawless. This has a medium coverage. You can definitely build it to a full coverage without looking cakey or heavy because बहुत सारे foundations होते हैं, if you layer them up, they start looking like very thick pasty makeup. This does not look like that. This just looks like, when you look at someone and you're like, they're wearing expensive makeup, this is that foundation. It looks expensive on your skin because it looks like your skin but very flawless, very beautiful. And it should look expensive because this is very expensive. This is like $60-70. In Dubai it's around $270 or it's really expensive. Like this foundation should do amazing things for your skin and it does. There are so many expensive foundations but I feel this is one that is truly worth it. I've tried so many. I've tried one from Longwear. I've tried a lot of Dior foundations. I've even tried the Chanel foundation. I kid you not, I've tried so many high-end foundations and all of them do not seem worth it to me because I'm like, if I'm spending so much, it should give me so much. This is that foundation that really does give me so much and I feel although expensive, it's truly worth it. So if you want to really splurge on a foundation that is very expensive, you should get this. It's so expensive, I feel really uncomfortable telling everyone, oh, you should get this. This is my favorite foundation, but it truly is. If you can look past the expensive price tag, this is truly a great foundation. This is ideal if you have dry skin or oily skin. ये मैं गर्मियों में भी पहन सकती हूँ, सर्दियों में भी पहन सकती हूँ. It does oxidize a very little bit, not a lot. I feel एक shade ये oxidize कर जाता है, so keep that in mind. If you want to know my shade is number 4 and truly this is a very beautiful foundation if you want to splurge on a very expensive foundation and maybe it's your wedding or some very important event or someone wants to give you something expensive, you can ask for this foundation. This came out so many years ago and it's still famous, it's still a bestseller, and I feel that is because it is truly a great foundation. Highly recommend this if you can look past the expensive price tag. Okay, next foundation is from a brand that I feel makes the best complexion products. Uske concealers, uske foundations, all of them. Every foundation that I've tried by this brand, I absolutely love, but this one is definitely my favorite, which is the Nars Sheer Glow foundation. This is a beautiful foundation. I'm going to say that about every foundation that I'm going to talk about because these are my favorite, but with this one, your skin looks naturally glowy and healthy. If you want healthy looking skin where everybody is like, okay, ये बहुत अच्छा खाती होगी या फिर ये बहुत skin का ख्याल करती होगी, this is that foundation. Your skin just looks glowy and healthy. If you like that finish where your skin looks glowy, this is great. If you have oily skin, maybe in the winters, but this is basically for people who have dry to normal skin. You know, a lot of people who have oily skin with a mattifying primer or with powder, they can totally make this work. But for the most part, I feel people who have dry skin will really love this. This has medium coverage. You can, I think, full coverage तक ये कभी नहीं जाता. इसका नाम sheer glow है, but it's not a sheer foundation. It's not a very light coverage foundation. I think what they mean by sheer glow is a light or natural glow, which is what this foundation gives. This never gets greasy. It's always a healthy glow. This is very lightweight on the skin, but it gives that healthy glow on the skin without greasy and oily वाली जो feel होती है, especially in the summers that I can't stand. This does not give that. If you have oily skin, then the other foundation, which is the Nars Radiant Longwear foundation, you'll probably like that if you have combination to oily skin. That is a lot more full coverage. This gives relatively less coverage than the Longwear foundation, but I feel this is more lightweight and I like it more on my skin. But if you want a full coverage, very long wearing good foundation, you should definitely get the Radiant foundation because a lot of makeup artists use that because it's a really good full coverage foundation जो कि brides को या special events पे बहुत लोग prefer करते हैं. But this is a foundation that, especially during daytime events, I definitely love this foundation for my daytime events. And winter mein, तो this is my best friend. Absolutely love this foundation. The only thing I don't like about this foundation is that they don't give a pump. You have to buy the pump separately. But एक दफा आप खरीद लो तो you know you can use it again and again every time you buy a new bottle. But वो एक दफा भी खरीदना अच्छा नहीं लगता because you're like a good foundation. You're giving us a foundation. Give us a pump with it. We don't want to buy a separate pump. It's so annoying. My shade in this is Fiji Light 5, but Punjab used to work for me as well. It was slightly dark on me, but I could totally make that work as well. But I feel Fiji Light 5 is a better shade match for me. Again, a very expensive foundation, but I feel it's worth it. I have a feeling they're going to discontinue this, which is making me super sad because I absolutely love this foundation. But they have launched a new one, the light reflecting foundation. I think that's what it's called. I have tried it a couple of times because I got a sample. I don't like it as much. I love this so much more. I don't know why they're taking this off the shelves, but if they do, I might get a backup of this. But there's so many foundations that I own that I feel like buying backups is really stupid. But right now it's available and I absolutely love this foundation and I really hope they keep this. Okay, so the next foundation is a foundation that I love when I want a full coverage foundation. कुछ ऐसे events पे जहाँ पे I just don't want to show my skin. If my skin is being funky and I'm having a bad skin day, if I'm breaking out a lot or if I have a lot of redness, spots, marks, I started liking this foundation when I had bad skin because बहुत सारे निशान थे जो मैंने अपने मुंह पे छुपाने होते थे उस वक्त. Like I had a few breakouts and after that I had really bad hyperpigmentation situation around my mouth and cheek area and I was really not happy with that. So I wanted a full coverage foundation. Usually I don't like a full coverage foundation, but when I do, this is the one that I love. अगर आपको एक full coverage foundation चाहिए, if you have dry skin or you have oily skin, this is a luminous matte. This means that it is matte, but it does not lose all of its luminous glow. It doesn't look like the Sahara Desert, which most, matte foundations do. I feel in person थोड़ी सी glow आपकी skin में ज़रूर होनी चाहिए, which makes it look healthy. And I like that this is a matte foundation, but it does not take away all the glow from your skin. This is very long wearing, which I really like. On my skin at least, it does last a really long time, but I feel you have to powder it. ये थोड़ा सा transfer करता है, which is something I wasn't ready for. I have dry skin, but still I had to powder it a little bit. If you have oily skin, I'm sure you have to powder it quite a lot. You can build it up to a full coverage foundation, although I feel it does not pile on really well. If you layer it too much, it starts looking cakey. So 1 to 2 layers tak it looks beautiful. After that, it looks really heavy and really cakey. So that's one thing I don't like about it. But overall, if you want a full coverage foundation that looks somewhat natural, this is a good foundation. My shade in this is almond, and vanilla also works for me, so I can use both the shades. I think that's with everyone. Sometimes in the summer you have a different complexion than you have in the winters. Winters may you are a little fairer compared to your summer complexion. So I can use a variety of shades like most people. Okay, so the next foundation is one that I have a brand new bottle of. I actually had this previously, but I broke the bottle. I didn't completely shatter the bottle, but it did chip off a little bit where I felt I could cut my finger, so I had to toss it. So I got a new one. This I liked enough that after ruining my previous bottle, I thought I should get another one because I like it a lot. I love this foundation, especially in my summer months, because this gives the perfect luminous glow and it's transfer proof. This is a medium to full coverage foundation. This has a natural, slightly radiant finish, like the name is I like the fact that they've written foundation itna bada bada ke just in case you don't know what to use this for, it's a foundation. This has a natural radiant finish. This is not too radiant or glowy, but it's not matte. Obviously it is a luminous foundation, but I feel even if you have oily skin, you can use it in your winter fall months because it does give such a pretty luminous shine to your skin without looking unnatural or greasy. For me and my dry skin, I love this in the summer. This is my favorite summer foundation because it gives me that healthy glow, but it's also very long wearing. Summers में बहुत मुश्किल होता है एक foundation ढूंढना जो कि long wearing हो. Especially for people who have dry skin who want a luminous, radiant finish, but they also want a foundation that would last a long time. And most luminous foundations don't last a long time. So for me, this is perfect. Even if I powder it, the luminosity doesn't go away completely. And I also love the fact that this is fragrance free and alcohol free. So if you have maybe sensitive skin that does not work well with a lot of foundations, this might work for you because it doesn't have those two ingredients. I like the fact that this is sweat proof because for people who have dry skin and want a luminous foundation, most of them are not sweat proof, and I sweat a lot. And most of my foundations in the summer, they just look terrible. So this is one foundation that looks really good on me. Like all the other foundations look really good on me in the summer as well. But this one, especially on a hot day, I love this foundation. Because when I use this, it's sweat proof and I don't lose a lot of foundation in the heat. But I don't also lose the glow, which is really important for me because I have dry skin and I really like the glow in my skin. And if you're wondering, my shade in this is 210N. Okay, so the last foundation I actually don't have. I recently got rid of it because I didn't get rid of it. I gave it to someone in Pakistan. A friend of mine was like, I really want this. Can you get this for me as well? And I was like, you know what? I'll go back to Dubai and get a new one. So I gave it to her, but I haven't had the chance to buy it as of yet. But I'll pop in a picture. That is one that I really love for my everyday foundation. If I want a very light to sheer coverage foundation that pretty much looks like your skin, that is the foundation that I use. I'm talking about the Dior Face and Body Foundation. It is so lightweight. It is such a thin, good foundation. It's supposed to be for your face and your body if you like to do body makeup, especially for shoots. This gives a very light coverage without completely covering your skin, so your skin shows through but it looks a little perfected. It's such a versatile product. I feel like if you have dry skin or oily skin, I've seen people love it all across the board. Whatever skin type they have, I've seen people love it. People who have oily skin, people who have dry skin, everybody seems to love it. It's such a lightweight, thin sheer foundation. If you want a foundation that does not feel like a foundation, look like a foundation, looks like your skin and gives you that tinted moisturizer feel, this is the foundation. You can use it so many different ways. You can layer it up, you can build it up to a medium coverage. It does not go to a full coverage foundation, but it's a perfect everyday foundation that makes your skin look healthy and natural without any cakey foundation finish. Because it's the face and body foundation, it's also transfer proof because it's meant for the body as well. So it's transfer proof, it's so lightweight, so pretty, so skin light that I feel if you want an everyday foundation that although it's very expensive because it's Dior, of course it's going to be expensive, but it is beautiful. Once I'm done with a few other foundations, I'm going to get that again because obviously mere paas abhi right now I have way too many foundations. I think I took a picture before giving it to her because I was like I might need to review it one day, so I'll put a picture and you'll know which one I'm talking about. But absolutely beautiful foundation. Highly recommend this if you want a light coverage skin like foundation that is probably going to be your everyday foundation. I think I should have worn something else because on camera this looks really boxy and weird. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I've already filmed the entire video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys liked this video and this was helpful. If you were thinking about buying an expensive foundation and you wanted to know my thoughts, maybe this video helped you. And if you want more high-end content, do let me know, because I feel like making a series of high-end videos. Like, if that's something you're interested in, do let me know, because I love high-end makeup as well as affordable makeup. I make a lot of videos on affordable makeup, but I feel like I should switch it up and add a few high-end videos as well. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.